opinion, without spending lots and lots and lots and lots of money, that you can put yourself out in front of so many people, and basically, if you're in their news feeds or this, that, and the other, I mean, you're there, pretty much as close to forever as we know it. You're there. You get quote unquote shelf life. People are there, even if they're just coming through their news feed, like a slot machine. They're going to see you. They're going to see stuff you got to say. You're going to begin to build some sort of a brand. You're going to be able to build some sort of consistency. Now, if you just post something every now and then, you post something once a week, nobody's going to remember you. Nobody's going to remember you. But if you're out there and you are being social with social media, you will build a following. You will build people, and you'll be able to do something at a much more cost-effective rate. And in my opinion, again, be able to see some successes without necessarily particularly if you don't have a budget, to go out and send out. There's guys that tell you, to send out 20,000, mail pieces a month and do that consistently, and et cetera, you'll get X amount of return. And the truth of the matter is, you can do that, and that will work. You look at the stuff that we're branded with and we see on television all the time. But the thing is, number one, do you have a budget to do that consistently to start with? And number two is, if you do that, and you're treating this business as just that, a business, at the end of the day, it's not about what you gross, it's about what you net. So it does no good to spend and do something, and then at the end of the day, it's a zero sum or a negative sum. That's not any fun. For that, you can just go out and do something else. You are in this business, obviously, to help families, but to help your family, there needs to be a profit, just like there is in any business.
Oh, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that statement. I've never said that there's anything wrong with an ROI, but to quote our friend Steve Guzman, it's got to be about the mission long before it's about the commission.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and if it is about the mission, the commission just comes. The commission, again, is just a byproduct. It's just the end. The commission is just the end to what happens. And I also think that a lot of times people are real estate people are so concerned with the commission that they're not as concerned with the relationship. See, I look at a person when I'm in a transaction, particularly if I'm dealing with you for the first time, buying or selling. This is the first time. To me, and this will go into the other thing that I do when we start talking about database and stuff, but to me, the first transaction that we do together, my whole goal with that transaction is to make sure that I get another transaction from you and get into your immediate circle for down the road. Because to me, that's where the real quote-unquote money is made in the business. It's not made off that transaction with the first time I do a transaction with Lee Homage. The money is actually made from when Lee comes back to me the next time, or if Lee decides to buy an investment property, or Lee needs to sell that property, whatever it is. Because guess what? If I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and I am actually staying in a relationship with Lee, think about this. How much money have I spent to stay in a relationship with someone who comes back to me and does another transaction with me, or then refers me to someone that automatically has trust in me because of the job that I did for that individual that referred me? See, most people get caught up on, I'm doing this transaction, how much is the commission going to be for that? And I'm going to do this thing because we all have our Visas and MasterCards and card payments. We all have the same thing. But the focus we keep is on us and on that transaction. Well, if you have your focus on building a business and you have your focus on building a relationship, see, this stuff is going to come, and it really won't matter what the market is doing. You'll still be able to have success, and you'll be able to help people, and again, you'll be able to do what you want to do for your family, just by, in my opinion, being focused and efficient in helping people and doing it, in my opinion, the correct way. That's just my opinion.
Okay, and so that, I guess, leads into referral marketing, right? So what's your key for referral marketing and keeping that alive and functioning well?
It's funny. I do some very Well, first of all, I think that everybody needs some sort of a CRM, a contact management program. So you need something, and I'm not going to be a proponent of any particular one, but I think that you need something where you can keep your database organized and that you can stay in touch with people consistently. And as your database grows, you're going to need something where things can kind of go out automatic and all that sort of stuff so that people don't slip through the cracks. Now, that being said, though, I'm still a very strong believer in doing the little things that people don't do anymore. So in our society right now, everything is like microwave. They want it right now and all of that, and everything is automated. And there's a big place for that. But I also believe in the old school as far as writing personal notes. You do something with us, everybody gets a personal note. Everybody gets a personal note that I handwrite that people can barely read. And a lot of times people will call me back and laugh, what is that you wrote? But the thing is that they got it, they connected, they understand, and they're reaching out to me, and I'm reaching out to them as that relationship is being strengthened. And nowadays with people, they also, some people with personal notes or whatever, and you don't hear from them, it might be a quick text. It might be, hey, how's your kid doing? Hey, I saw, I rode by your house the other day. I thought about you. Just thought I'd say hi. Everything good. Little things like that where you stay in touch with people. Obviously, if you're a Keller Williams agent, they have a system. They talk about doing an 8x8 and 33 touch and all that type of stuff. And if you want to know what that stuff is, there are books out there they can show you and teach you. I'm not really looking to get into that. But I stay in touch with people consistently and constantly. And I have people that say to me, well, do you think that it's too much? Well, I don't think that it's too much. The reason why I don't believe that it's too much is because when people are ready to use your services, you want them to think of you first. If they don't need your services or whatever at that particular point, you don't take it personal. They just don't need your services right then. Right. So, we consistently stay, and we, by the way, is I know there are people out there with larger teams and this, and you're probably listening to what I have to say right now and thinking that I've got this enormous team that is doing all of this stuff, and I've gone down that road years ago. The team is me and my wife. That's the team. It's the Elgin and Pilar Walker team is just that, Elgin and Pilar. There's, and we outsource some stuff, but it's just us. So when there's a personal note written, it is coming from us. When there is an email that's coming out and it's not, one of the template type things, it's us. When I'm doing, which I'm really into now, I've really the last year gotten into BombBomb. If you guys are familiar with BombBomb, which is a video email thing. And so whether it's that or something else that you use, I'm really into that because you can make a really personal connection with somebody through email, through your videos and stuff. So, I'm a real proponent of staying that, and I do not mind giving meaning that you're going to have clients and people that if they call you up and they are asking you to maybe participate in their kids' high school fundraiser, do that type of stuff. But do it like you care. Don't do it because you feel like you have to. If you feel like you have to, then you probably shouldn't just do it because you're going to see through that. You should do it because you really care and you're building relationships and all of that. And it was really easy for me to do stuff like that because I had kids that were involved in stuff. So it was very easy to understand when parents reach out and do that. And you know what? You really start at that point, begin to be human to people you've already done business to. So your next listing appointment or buy or sell appointment with these people is so much more different. That gets you out of me needing the quote-unquote scripts, dialogue, et cetera, et cetera. You can just be an authentic, transparent person because that's whom they are hiring. And again, depending upon what level you're at or what you're trying to strive or aspire to be, I don't need 2,000 people and digging through 2,000 to find one. I'd rather have 100, 200 really good quality relationships that are going to give me just as much, if not more, business with a whole lot less stress, and will consistently keep my business flowing in the direction that I want it to. But then again, I'm getting old. So, there's definitely a difference in my mind shift.
I just have to tell you this. This note just came in from our friend David Bartels. For those of you who don't know or listening to the podcast, Home Loan Advocates, proud sponsor of Real Estate Marketing, the podcast. His exact words, Elgin, you should be on the radio. He's got a contact in Santa Clarita, and he wants to hook you up. He is, and from all the comments, Elgin, just so you know, everybody listening live or listening to the replay, you are getting a very fortunate treat. And I can't stress it enough. Go to the eHustle podcast and sign up and go get it for free each and every week. Can't beat that. All right, well, let's make the turn. How important is it to go after new clients and do direct marketing?
Very important. And it's very important because here's a good example. I was talking with another colleague of mine and in a mastermind, and something that really, really stands out to me at this point is that, even when you're building up your referral base and you're dealing with the clients that you've been dealing with for a long period of time or whatever, when the market shifts like it did in 2007 or whatever that was, you can continuously be working with people in your database, but when the media and the mindset say that real estate is a bad thing or it's negative or it's down or whatever the case may be, well, guess what happens? The people whom you're working with, they will still refer you, but number one, they necessarily don't have either the same type of people or do not have people that they can refer you to now just because of where the market's at, and or they can't do something themselves at that particular point because of where the market is at, or they just get into a point in life where they don't necessarily want to do anything else with real estate. So if you're not continuously filling that pipeline, you're not going to be ready when the market changes. And what I mean by that is this, is that now, here in 2015, because the marketplace is different than where it was in 2007, well, guess what? Those same people that I continue to stay in touch with, continue to do whatever with, that could not or would not do anything in 2007, now the media and everybody else is saying how great real estate is again and how you need to be jumped into real estate. And all of a sudden, real estate is that buzz, water cooler type stuff and all other good stuff. Well, guess what? Guess who those people are getting back in touch with? They're getting back in touch with me. I'm the guy that were with them from 2007 that might not have gotten a referral, $8, whatever the case may be, because they weren't either in the mindset or had the ability to help. But right now, or the ability to help me with my business as far as referring. But guess where they're at right now? Right now, they're calling. They're calling me, and we are, and we're blessed to be as busy as we are because of them calling us now because of where the marketplace is. Well, let's flip that. For the people whom we were able to help in 2007, people that were buying investment properties, people that maybe unfortunately had a short sale situation, people that had all these things going on that we still went out to and went to try to be servants for. Now, as the quote-unquote market has changed, guess what they're looking to do? They had such this great experience with us, or if they didn't have a great experience, they made money, right? So they're at the point now in staying in touch with them in that pipeline. Well, guess what they're doing? They're also taking advantage of the things that they did in 2007, 2008. So now all of a sudden, it looks like you just got this exploding business. Well, the truth of the matter is you've just been consistently working it in the same manner. So whereas you're making sure that you keep your customers, you keep them, you do everything you can to promote, help those families, and then you're adding new families into your pipeline. You're adding new families that you can service, and then you're keeping those customers. You get customers, you keep customers. Because let me tell you, one of the biggest mistakes I think the real estate people think is that whether you've done a transaction with someone or not done a transaction with them, you're not the only real estate person that they know. You're not the only real estate person that they will talk to. Even if you're in the process of doing a transaction with them, they are talking to someone else, or someone else is talking to them. Your customer is my customer. My customer is your customer. They're all the same. It's just a matter of whom they choose to entrust their real estate business with. So you better keep in touch with them. you better do some of the stuff that I'm saying to you do, because if you don't, someone else will. And that someone else will